What's up everyone, Speedy here. In this 1v1 video, we're going to be doing 2 live games as well as 1 replay review. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are in game number 1. Primary goal of this video is to be more consistent. One of the biggest weaknesses I have. Let's take time. One thing with consistency that comes over time is own goaling, because I'm best player in the game. Let's watch that back. I'm just so good at this game. Fantastic. Good free goal, or free ball rather. Let's get you out of this game. Really need to stop that habit of flipping. Gotta keep trying it. Even if I'm not good at it, try and be consistent. I'm just trying to be consistent. Holy fuck, what a shot. Wow. Is that like a dog tap? What is that? Nice, good defense there. You see by, even if it's not super high percentage, bumping the opponent back further, even if they get that boost, they end up turning into my corner, which is not where they want to be, of course. Let's flip it left. Let's fake this way. Switch pressure. A little bit of pressure on that position. I'll just give you a free one, because I'm so bad at this game. I also just throw it away to him. Go into full panic mode. Split right. Holy flick, dude! That is a beautiful flick, though. Wow. That is a nice 45 flick. Crispy, even. Just take time. Ball's safe in my corner. Remember, it's in my corner. I don't have to move it forward if I don't need to. Good flick. Honestly, the whole time of just perfect control for the opponent, just not going, waiting, being patient. Couldn't have played it better. I wonder when people are going to stop doing that type of fake corner kickoff so much. Decent save. Nice. Good control. Opponent trolls. I don't know why they were going for a quick reset there. There was zero chance they would do anything with that, but somehow that actually bumps him into the play. That's hilarious. Dude, what are these flicks? What are these flicks, bro? Dude, that's so gross. Ew. Like, ew. Did he get a reset there? How did he get that? He's Sealy. He just goes for the reset really late. Okay. I'd rather jump there, honestly. I'm trying to force myself to go into new positions. That was so badly played, but okay. GG. Here we are in game number 2. Let's try to keep up that consistency from the first game. The ball's gonna bounce out a little bit, so I need to be ready for that. That's fine. Good beat. I'm actually gonna make a quick cut here and miss. All good. Not really too threatening. I'm just trying too hard. Yeah, honestly, you need to dial it down a little bit there, and I'd be fine. Just trying to go for low percentage plays that won't actually work. That's really unfortunate. That is better. Do like that pressure. Fortunately, the opponent doesn't get the good spawn there. He actually... I mean, maybe he gets a good spawn there. It's hard to tell, honestly, what would have been the good spawn. Good control. Be on the inside here. You want to be on the inside, just kind of watching. Nice, good defense. Grab that corner boost. Nice. I had a feeling he was going to be aggro there. Have to concede that space. Oh, yo, that's it. He fucked up. Nice. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's flick a bit left. See, the opponent is going a different way. That's really poor. Yeah, that deserved to get scored on there. It was just probably the most garbanzo beans rush play of all time. Jesus, dude. It take time. But it's going to want to cut here. Like, they're cutting into my corner, which is safe for me. Once again, they're going to try to cut across. Like, all this aggression and it's not doing anything. I mean, guys, I mean, it's just textbook play. Textbook play. Here we are in game number 3. Definitely going to do this third game, because that game was cut short. The last game was, rather. Damn. Rough kickoff, losing that right away. A lot of game to go, though. Come on. I mean, that's just class. That's just perfect. Like, really good challenging, letting the opponent make the mistake. Letting them kind of overcommit from that, because they're going to assume that I was going to hit it into him. If I did, that would have lost me the play. Oh, that's actually the funniest. That is the funniest cut into a bump play ever. That is hilarious. I mean, honestly, you just did not have to go for that 50. It was super off, like off the ball, or off the wall there. Off the wall, off the goal. Words. Nice. Get another one on board. Yeah, I feel like that power slide cut into a bump is probably the first time I've ever done a power slide cut bump like that. Imagine. Oh my god, dude, the power of fakes. Here we are in the replay portion of the video, and yeah, this is a This was decision-wise pretty rough. Definitely made quite a few mistakes, especially early game. It was difficult for me to get that pressure back. I was down 0-2 essentially for like almost the whole game. Just did make the right plays in a couple plays. This is going to be the first one here, just giving the possession away. And just kind of like floating under the play here. It starts a little earlier here. Like, this play is really where it starts, is once I commit overcommit to their half of the field. So like here, I make this play, I get this boost, and then I make this mistake of getting a touch here. I thought I was going to be able to like kind of get under the ball, a little bit more behind, but I misjudged the placement of like where the circle was, like in the rate of how fast the ball was dropping. That's a decision, essentially, it's a decision-making error. Some would say it's a mechanical error. No, it's a decision-making error because I decided and I chose to go for that touch there. Not the exact touch I wanted, of course, obviously not, but the result was a negative one, and really in reality it's just not necessary to make this play. That's really where this kind of starts with. Here, what I could have done differently is try to be a little bit more on the right of the ball when I make contact and then flip through it left. Because I have boost and momentum, the opponent doesn't have that fully, so I can get this boost and also ball possession and be safe. But because I put it more to the right, it puts me in an awkward place. Here, I thought I was going to get a better pinch. Again, just a series of a lot of bad decisions, and just I decided to go for a pinch play here just to try to get it out as fast as possible. Opponent does a good job of being patient, and once he has that clear space, because I overcommit to this boost here, I'm way too close to the play to be able to actually like challenge, and I put myself behind the play. At this point, it just leads to an immediate goal scoring opportunity for the opponent. I get beat here. Very, very, very unfortunately get beat here, and that leads to the first goal of the game. Opponent does a good job doing a kind of, I would say, unconventional fake in this rank. And here I just didn't have to go. I was very aggro there for this play. I don't know why mentally I went for it, but I remember I wanted to go, you know, and I did, and I get scored on for it. So I mean, it was 100% like, it was just, again, bad decision to go for it. But that's kind of to be the theme of this particular replay. It's just a lot of bad decisions. And that's oftentimes one of the big things I struggle with, is just decision making, really anything else. My mechanics feel like they have improved. I'm spending a lot of time really getting into mechanic practice. You see here, just trying to force more aggression here in the corner. I didn't have to go for this. This is kind of awkward here. I thought the opponent was actually going to commit to going up the wall, and once they saw me, they just basically backed off. They did the smart thing. It's a good take here, and then just flipping through with the momentum. I guess an awkward touch here. I can't commit here, so what I do is the right thing, essentially, is I turn back towards my goal side. Just be patient here, wait. Opponent does a good job of faking. This guy was definitely better than what his rank indicated. He was a smart player, smart enough to like definitely be a really like difficult person to play against. It's a good bump. Unfortunately, you can't really do much. The opponent obviously ignored my push play there because I had no angle to begin with, and he just covered the angle basically. Like, this guy was definitely like very, very smart for this rank. Just played very, very like fundamentally accurate. You see, like, he's going for fakes there. He knows like I'm going, so he just doesn't go. Like, these are little things that like I'm watching as I'm playing against him. I'm like, this guy's good. But he's really annoying because of this, because like he's just incredibly in control of the pace of the game. So when I made mistakes, it was just really frustrating to try to regain tempo because he was just constantly making the correct mental adjustments. He gets a good jump, like a good touch here. Unfortunately, he gets also I wouldn't say lucky bounce. He gets a good bounce there that works for him. Great touch. Could have actually shot this in. If I was just a tiny bit more accurate, like I shot this a little bit more from the left of the ball, that would actually have been a shot on direct net, because it actually goes to the left of post. If I shot that any more right, that would have actually gone in. So do a good job here. Just be patient, waiting till it's very close to the end of that ball's trajectory. Just trying to wait. Make a mistake here on my recovery. Here, I make a good decision here, not going for that mid boost there, because I would have been actually behind the ball by a good bit. Just would have put me further behind the play, which means it would have been easier for the opponent to go for a shot. not great play. This should have gotten me scored on. The opponent turned the opposite way. That actually would have gotten scored on there. And then here, I go for like a fake wall press here. So I try to put pressure on the play to see if I can try to force him to go faster. Here is pretty straightforward. The only problem is like here, I flipped the wrong way. I do a side flip left. I honestly wanted to do a side flip right. It's a really hard angle because you're kind of cutting across here. So to get left momentum and then side flip like that is against the grain of your movement. So it's definitely an awkward position. I couldn't really challenge that, even if it was like technically open. It's just not a challengeable position. But it does make a mistake here. This does lead to a goal. This is actually a really, this is kind of gross. This is the one good thing I did this game was a good shot, and the rest of it was just kind of all defense, essentially. It was defense simulator. And that's on me. That was on me. It was definitely a rough game. The opponent played a very good fundamental game, and that's on them. You know, they played a good job. They played well. They made the right adjustments. This is a bad touch. What you want to do here, like, I understand the reason is like control touch into a pop, but the problem is I don't pop it to the left, I pop it right, and I pop it into a place where there's the opening for the opponent, and I'm popping it into what's called challengeable space. And that's not what you want to do. It's not the correct decision and position to put myself. It's awkward to begin with. A better alternative is, so like, I'm coming back here, grab that pad, and just wait for the bounce. You know, just wait for the bounce. The opponent hasn't challenged yet, so I don't have to go. Legitimately, I really don't fucking have to go here. I could just stay there. Just stay back, don't have to move at all. It's really simple. And just by being patient here and just waiting, I can then make the correct play. And then, obviously, as it comes off the bounce, then I can push the ball forward in a place that's more playable. But not trying to catch the ball here. To me, it's not a really safe position to catch. Like, again, you see how the opponent's just probing constantly? He's just probing for plays. He's probing for challenges constantly just to force me into a bad spot. That's the mark of somebody that is a lot more experienced than what their rank indicates. It's just a really bad challenge here. The first part was correct. So here, getting these pads is good. I like this. I like getting these pads here. But I need to flip here. And I need to flip right. And the reason is because the opponent's driving through and he's pushing through. So his drive challenge has more momentum with it and more power. So by flipping to the right, you're essentially forcing the ball to now to go off of where the opponent is. And because of this play, not getting an assertive enough touch, that basically leads to another free goal for the opponent. Definitely was frustrated after that. I was like, that was stupid of me. And then here, opponent does a good job of being patient here. I early child that. Typically what you want to do is if the opponent doesn't get full control of that, you want to early child this. This is a good dodge bump, or bump dodge. And then I missed the open net. I missed the open net, and that basically kind of, for me, mentally killed the game. I was like, well, alright, well, fuck. Alright, cool. I was like, well, this game's kind of fucked. I just completely lost control for a bit there. Opponent, of course, ego chows that because he's up 2 goals, and I have no mental control of the play. Because, you know, if I were him in that situation, I would do the exact fucking same thing to me. And it would be earned. You know, it'd be 100% like, it would be a fair thing to do. Nothing really amounts from this play here. This is an okay fake. There's not really a whole lot here. I mean, it's a good save, but again, it's awkward regardless of what I do. Opponent then the early challenges, which is the correct thing to do. And then basically that ends the game because there's just nothing I could do. He has possession for the rest of the game. Yeah, it's definitely really annoying. It was a hard day. It was a really hard day for recording games. Before this primary recording, I actually did a full recording that failed. Not because of any technical issues, it failed because I just could not get the right feel that would work, and it just felt like the games were crappy. I was going against 2 trolls. I went against somebody who was underranked, who just, I couldn't get a flow going. I couldn't get any kind of like good vibe going for myself, and I was just like, okay, fucking delete that recording, just get rid of it. At this point, mentally, it never happened at this point afterwards. You know, it's gone. And then reset. So I reset, had pretty decent games. You know, the live games felt better than this game. This game was this was right after all the live games, and this was definitely a rough one. I struggled, but you know, that's life. Sometimes you have rough days. Like today was a pretty rough day for a lot of reasons, but definitely recording wise was pretty difficult. So we try to do the best we can here. Still, I mean, you get rough days. That's life. But I will say, if you would like me to review your games, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Speedy Man out.